Hey, Scott from MyGrowthRings.com. Here once again is in my sister's basement, and welcome back. So this is going to be what I hope will be the last video on dust separators. If you recall, a few weeks back, we talked about the Home Depot Dustopper. Also use the Bauer Cyclone separator from Harbor Freight. If you caught that and didn't catch the follow-up to it, you might think that that's just junk. The follow-up proved that with input from my viewers, it actually can work fine. I had some problems with it though, and that is by the time we made all those improvements, I had invested more money in the darn thing. And even so, it still needs to have some more work done in order to reinforce the Cyclone itself. And so, on the suggestion of some of my viewers, I did go ahead and order the Oneida separator that comes with the bucket, as well as casters, as well as hoses, and some things that turn out to be important with this type of cyclone separator. So I also learned from those videos that you guys don't like box openings. So I'm not going to make you watch that. But let me get this out of the box and we'll see if there's any lessons to learn. Now here's something that is relatively new. Oneida has patented this lid. It's supposed to cause the vortex to have some disturbance in it, which should make it drop the dust a little bit better. Certainly is different than your average 5-gallon bucket lid. We'll see how that works. Wow. There is no comparison in the quality of this hose to either of the others. My gosh, it's not only very flexible, but I can tell that is very thick material, whatever that is. That's going to take a beating, and then it does come with the elbows. The dust deputy itself, there's not much to that. Very similar to what the Bauer has going on. However, they did make a change. If you see in the lid at about this point right here, you can see there is a vein that runs across there. Again, the dust is coming in, it's going around, and that's just creating a stopping point to deflect the dust down. Something that none others have, and that's kind of a unique feature. They are bragging on their customer service and telling you if you have any issues, give them a call. Okay, so it looks like I've got to drill the holes in the bottom of the bucket for the casters. Don't know why I didn't expect that. Molded into that lid are little hexagonal recesses that'll hold the hex nuts. That's neat. One quick point before I put this last washer on, just so you know, with a stamped steel washer like this is a grade 2, maybe a grade 5 washer. Let's see, it's a grade 2 washer. There's a little bit of a burr raised on one side. If you feel it, it feels kind of rounded off across one edge. If you flip it over, it's maybe even a little bit sharp. It might not be intuitive, but I always put the bolt through with the burr facing the head of the bolt. And that way, that burr isn't going to be cutting into the thing I'm clamping to. Now, I know that some people choose the opposite, and they like to have that burr facing down. It gives you a smoother finish, and maybe it even cuts in a little bit and provides a little bit of tooth. But if that's a painted surface, or in this case, a plastic surface, that burr can cut the material. So I always choose to have the burr facing the head of the bolt as I have here. Okay, so here's a confusing point. They're having you measure, mark, and drill these 4 locations, and you're going to put casters on 3 of the 4. The 4th one remains open to relieve any vacuum that might otherwise form between the 2 buckets. So this is your bottom bucket, and then the inner bucket or the upper bucket is going to be the one that's going to actually be collecting the dust. The reason for this is it is designed to be used with this little block of foam between your 5-gallon bucket and your shop vacuum. You can drill a hole through your vacuum and through this spacer, and using the included long carriage bolts and washers and nuts and such, you can join this as a little sidecar to your vacuum if you so choose. I don't so choose. I don't think that's the way I want to go. So for now, I'm not going to drill all the holes here and put the casters on it. I think we're ready to just go ahead and do a test. All right, everything about that was super easy. I did drill one hole in the bottom of the lower bucket just to prevent that vacuum from forming. I've also mounted this to the little bucket dolly that I bought. I like it. It works. It adds some weight. I think I'm going to go that route for now. But let's go ahead and connect the hose. Now the hose goes from the top of the Cyclone to the vacuum. And those fittings are tapered on one side, and so that's a great fit for the hose. Also, this fitting is tapered, and it is a great fit on the Bauer hose. Just funny because the Bauer hose didn't fit the Bauer Cyclone. Go figure. I also have my sawdust on the floor here already, same sawdust that we've already used, so we know a little bit about what to expect. Now, it does come with a hose clamp if you need it. It also comes with a couple O-rings. You can put O-rings over that tapered male fitting, put your hose on, and then put the hose clamp if you need it. Hold on, before we do anything else, I emptied the dust out of the bucket. I haven't checked the vacuum yet and make sure that the filter's cleaned out. That was the whole point of this. I'm going to be using the Jointmatic next weekend to do some raised panels, and that's going to generate a bunch of dust. And I was concerned that I wasn't getting near the suction I needed. So that's the whole point of all this. So we need to make sure that this vacuum is clean and that the filter is relatively clean. Certainly dusty, but it's not impacted full of dust. And the bucket itself is pretty empty. I think we're going to know real quick whether this is going to work or not. So let's take a look at what we have here. Notice I can lift the upper bucket out of the inner bucket. We got a fair amount of dust. The truth is going to be revealed here. All right, we got a little bit. There's just a little more dust in there than there was to start. And yeah, we got a little bit of pass through the Cyclone into the paper filter. You know, the performance of that was very similar to the performance of the Bauer after we did all that work to it. All right, so where do we land on all this? Well, first off, I will tell you that from a price standpoint, we're into the Dustopper for, let's say, $50 if you don't already own the bucket, but it's pretty much ready to go right out of the box. The Bauer was about $40, but you do potentially need some more fittings for that, maybe even a new hose. It doesn't come with the bucket, but it does come with the lid. So let's say you're, again, somewhere around $50, I would say would be a fair assessment of what you're going to have in that. The Dust Deputy, as I bought it, with the two buckets, with the potential to put the casters and to connect it and so on, the great hose and fittings, and the brand new top, that's about $100 now. I purchased that one on Amazon. In all cases, I really do like this little bucket dolly that I bought, and would recommend that either way. So I look forward to your questions, comments, cheap shots. We'll address those midweek during Stumped Q&A. But I'll tell you, for my money, it's hard to beat this Dustopper. It really is. But love to hear your feedback. All right, make it a great week.